everything is torqued down. I don't always torque things. Some things I torque, some things I don't, but I always torque hitches. You know, you don't want to overstrain the fasteners, and you don't want to leave them too loose. So I always torque them. To me, that's a critical thing on these. So let me grab a receiver hitch while we've got this valence or air dam off. We're going to figure out our license plate situation and see what we need to do to get our license plate mounted where it'll clear when something is in here. Alright, so I've got a hitch, a receiver mounted in there just to see what kind of clearance we've got. So I think I'm going to go ahead and shove this up to where it's about right there, and we're going to drill 2 holes and put 2 self-tapping screws into the license plate. We'll get it all centered up. We'll come up to right here, and it'll be kind of up on here just a little bit, but I want to make sure I have plenty of room. You know, I don't want to be scraping the license plate going in. I want to be able to, you know, if I need to wiggle it in, I can. So we're going to get this mounted as high up as we can. You know, it's going to have to be on that anyway. It will not clear. You know, it will not clear below this, you know. And it would at an angle, but it's not. It's gonna, so if we're gonna go up, we might as well, you know, put it kind of level with this. So let me mark it. I'm gonna punch it, and then we will put 2 self-tapping screws in it. All right, before I do the license plate, I figured it'd be easier to measure and do the hole for the receiver hitch. What I've done is I've just kind of measured around. I gave myself a 1/4 inch all the way around the hitch. Should be really close. What I'm gonna do is drill 4 holes, and then I'll cut between the holes all the way around, and that should be about right. Kind of hard to measure on here. I use this as my center point, you know, and with a 1/4 inch clearance on all the way around, it should be enough, you know, if I'm off a little bit. And you got a little bit of wiggle room this way on this thing, you know, if it's not quite right, but it is centered with this, so it should be centered. Who knows with this bent up bumper how everything lines up, but it should be about right. So let me cut this out, and we'll probably actually do the license plate last after we get this mounted back on there. There's no reason to go ahead and do it now. If we're going to use self-tappers, you know, we don't have to worry about getting up in there and getting a nut on the backside or anything. Let me go ahead and cut this out. I would say the hole's about perfect. What we can do is might make a hitch cover to go over there, but for now it's fine. The hitch does hit right there just a little bit. I'm not going to trim it. I'm just going to let it go. It just pushes this down a little bit, but I think that's fine. You can see where it's kind of pushed down. I think if I notched it, it'd be likely to crack across there. And the reason I drilled the corners on these, well, I had to get the saw on there for one, but we got rounded corners at the edges to help keep it from splitting, cracking, and I just used a jigsaw. Oh, it's starting to rain. I just used a jigsaw for this, and now let me go get some self-tapping screws and put the license plate in. But I think that lines up really well. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking if this will be a future project, but take a piece of tubing and cut it on an angle like this and put just a plate on the front, you know, that kind of matches this same angle. It's larger than this, and I can slide that in to cover up the hole. So let's get the license plate mounted. License plate is mounted, just 2 self-tapping screws in it, and should be good to go. Of course, you know, now there's a hole there, but you know, eventually we'll come up with some kind of cover for it. Those screws or the little the clips, I guess they're clips, for the air dam, you know, they just push in, they snap in, just push them in, snap them in, and then push the center part in and all the way up, you know, just like they came off. So no, they're not difficult or anything. We'll probably, the reason I wanted this, one is for the winch. If I need to use the winch, now I've got a mount for it. It's on the trailer right now, but if I ever needed to use it for this, I mean, this is not four-wheel drive or anything. I don't really need it, but if I ever did need it, I've got it. But the real reason was I wanted to put a bike carrier on the front. I've got a 2 bike carrier I picked up at a garage sale that I'll put in here, I'll mount on here, and we've got a 4 bike carrier. I've got 4 kids, so if we all go, that's 6 bikes. So I would put the 4 bike carrier on the back, 2 bike carrier on the front, and we can go take our bikes. So that was the real purpose of doing this, so we can all take our bikes. And we don't fit in a truck, so it's not like you can load all the bikes in the back of a truck. So I guess you could, if you had a bench seat in the front, you get 3 and 3, they get all 6, but I don't have that, so we'll use the Suburban and 2 bike carriers, and we're good to go. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe to see more. Thanks.